folks, and welcome back. Today I'm in the MiG-21 on Contention Cold War. I've always found the MiG-21 to be a good interceptor. It's got good missiles, Fox 1s, but I've always struggled to dogfight in it. But I had a good sortie, couple of kills, didn't struggle too much in DFM, so I wanted to share that with you guys. We're starting at Rene on the coast in Syria, refueling, rearming after an unsuccessful bombing. Intercept, as you can see from all the burning vehicles. I've got Locke from the Discord with me as well. You'll see him turning to the left at the end. So yeah, let's see how I got on with this sortie. After taking off, I can see an enemy C-130 on EWR, so I head towards that. If I can shoot it down, we can deny the other side resources, which is always useful. We were struggling a little bit in this campaign at this point, so always good to deny them resources. I managed to lock it up on radar and start climbing towards it. As I get closer though, the lock breaks for some reason. So while I'm looking to try to reacquire the lock, I'm going to see some tracers flying and then a friendly fighter diving away. So obviously somebody else got him, which is fine. At least we stopped the resources. So I was flying east inland to intercept that C-130, but after that, Locke calls up on the voice to say that he's about to merge with multiple F4s and F5s over the coast. So now I'm racing west back towards the coast while trying to see on my radar what's going on up ahead.
Okay, Skybird, the cutter and the warbird still until 6. I'm about to reach, okay, at the mark.
Yeah, sorry, I can't get them.
Yeah, no worries, continue.
It's got multiple bandits up ahead on the radar, and luckily the MiG-21 has quote-unquote magic IFF, so you can always have a good idea of what you're about to merge with, whether it's a friendly or bandit before the merge. I've got a bandit locked up at this point, and when I get closer, I'll see that it's an F4. Normally at this point, I'd be getting a tone, but for some reason, I'm not getting a tone. I can't fire a missile. No idea why. So as I'm turning to follow him, I'm frantically cycling my pylons, weapon selectors, everything to try to reset. I think at some point here, I also realized that I probably didn't have my gun armed as well, so I'm also trying to reach for the gun charging at the same time. Going pretty fast, so pulling decent G's, pilot graying out a little bit.
The engine of my MiG-21 stalled.
Yeah, you could hear the gun charging and me testing the guns very quickly there as I try to keep turning and following this F4 round. I seem to be doing well. Normally I struggle to turn with F4s. Maybe he's heavy. I'm not sure what's going on, but I seem to be doing a good job of pulling around the circle. That fireball there was, I think, Locke being shut down. So now I'm on my own with at least one, possibly two bandits.
And try to avoid 0G on your G method.
I do have some help though because Fergs, again from Discord, jumped into GCI, so he was helping me out with callouts, letting me know when to keep turning, when to brake, etc.
Start on a hot key. I like that mine. I like to put mine on my hostess. That way it's easy to reach.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, because you get a free restart, the air restart. You just gotta.
So I can see at this point that I'm starting to pull the F4 into the HUD, so now I'm wondering whether my missiles are going to work or not. At this point, I switched to a Fox 2 missile, and surprisingly, it tracks. I didn't think it was going to do it, but nice. So I break away. Fergs gives me a call out for another F4 coming from the north, so I continue my turn to the right and start looking for him. But at this point, I'm struggling to see. But Fergs tells me I'm about to come nose on with the F4, and I spot something at 1 o'clock, and we are merged with another bandit. I'm going up and over the top to try to stay behind him and manage to do so.
That way you're not trying to dig around with your mouth trying to hurry up and find it, because right there you're like, oh shoot, I'm out of, especially when you got like a bandit on your head, you got a bandit on your tail, you can still fire it up, just dive down and you'll still keep good.
He's turning pretty hard, so rather than burn all my energy and turn with him, I'm going to go slightly high and try to conserve some energy. Just stay in lag pursuit, stay patient, and not kind of burn it all and pull him into the HUD for a shot. Because he's still low to the ground and in ground clutter, I don't trust the Fox 1s in the radar, so I'm sticking with Fox 2s and splash. Nice. At this point, I'm pretty low on fuel, and there's another F4 coming in very high, very fast from the north, so I'm bugging out to the south back to Rene. Locke has started up another L39, and he's coming north to deal with the F4. In fact, you probably saw him pass me on the left just now. But I also think that he might struggle against that F4 on his own, so I decide I've got enough fuel to do maybe one pass, try shoot the F4 with a Fox 1 before I head back to Rene, so I turn to re-engage. I'm turning and looking for the F4 with GCI's help, struggling a little bit, but we just merged there.
Patrick, I'm getting reading the helicopters that works. I cannot see any friendly helicopters at Warp 6.
I'm turning and looking for the F4. I've lost him visually until I see him come behind and make a pass at me. He kind of overshoots slightly. I decide to reverse because I don't want to go for a prolonged two-turn fight. So I'm going one circle to try to get a solution on him quickly, but it's not quite working. But I'm not in a too bad a position either. In fact, the F4 decides to ditch out of the one circle and keeps his turn going, meaning we're back to a two circle. What you'll hear throughout this fight is me going in and out of afterburner because I'm very, very worried about fuel. So I'm constantly trying to cut the afterburner wherever possible to conserve fuel because I'm worried I'm going to run out, and the MiG-21 does not fly well without engine power.
Fan on the back.
So the F4 decides to go up now, and for now I decide to follow him, mainly because I've got very good thrust to weight ratio, because of the low fuel, so I'm in a good position behind him for now. We're going back down. I cut the throttle to try to save fuel on the way down, and you're going to see he decides to go up again. But this time I decide not to go up because again I'm worried about fuel and afterburner, so I kind of stay below him, just staying inside his circle, watching what he's doing. I've got Locke with me as well, so I feel like the situation is under control, and GCI tells us there was a mirage coming in as well, so there's no need to be super aggressive here. Could just sit, wait for the right opportunity. My only concern is obviously fuel. Locke manages to tag the F4 with some 23mm gunfire, and that creates the opportunity because now the F4 reverses in front of me. I have only Fox 1s. I switch to fixed beam mode, which is like an ACM mode, lock him up with that, and send a missile his way. I was a bit surprised it pulled, but we have the splash. So nice 3 kills in the sortie. Didn't feel like I was struggling too much with BFM in the MiG-21, so all in all, very happy with this sortie. So thank you folks, and see you in the next video.